Good morning, good evening, good night, wherever you be watching this transmission. It is I, Mike Martins, broadcasting out of Merritt, British Columbia. I want to thank everyone for joining us tonight, today, or this evening, wherever you're watching this transmission. It is still like 2 in the morning in Australia, so nobody panic, okay? But anyways, we got the Mario Acetis himself, the Lost Canuck, who, aka the 13th Disciple. I have his channel open here. He has 1 subscriber. Guys, you need to come on. You need to come on and support the 13th Disciple, Mario Acetis. So, anyways, guys, before we kick him off, he is live in Italy. And I made oh my god, I made a thing for him here with this. There it is. It's on the right. Okay, he's in Abruzzi, Italy. Okay, so Abruzzi, Italy, and he's gonna tell us what's going on there economically. He's got the eyes on the ground, watching what's going on with government and a country divided. So, guys, don't forget to join me on Mike in the Night tonight. We're gonna wake up Mario at like 3 o'clock in the morning. Okay. And yeah, I guess I'll call this Can't Read Market Talk episode 3 in Italy. So if you guys joining me now, Can't Read Market Talk is the newest segment on my show. Every morning, if I wake up early, I'll be doing a discussion on whatever's happening, where it's happening, and how it's affecting our lives. Alrighty then, it's time. It's overdue. Here he is, people, the Lost Canuck.
Mike, buongiorno, everybody. I hope everybody's having a great day today. It's actually raining today. It hasn't been raining here in a while, on and off, a couple days, but today it's really coming down. I wish I could have gave you more good pictures. We are in the region of Abruzzi in Italy. It's near Pescara, the city of Pescara. The little town is called San Valentino. It's where my wife's uncle is, and my parents' town and my mother-in-law's town, just around the corner. They're not too far from each other. It's got a little farm, and I wish I could give you a better picture, but now it's coming down. It's coming down. But anyway, Mike, I love your show. I love what you guys are talking about with the gold and the Bitcoin and the oil and everything that's going on. But my opinion is, again, it's my opinion. I think what's going to happen is we have to be very careful in what we invest in today. There's more to this than we can even imagine. But like I said, when I came here in 1983, it was 34 years ago. Imagine, 34 years ago. And it was happening here. There was, they had their own currency. It was La Lire. It was Canadian money. It was actually worth more than La Lire back then. But the country was just thriving. Now what's happening is as we come into town, Mike, I'm telling you, especially when you go into these small towns, it looks like a third world country.
So, okay, now let's break
terrible.
this down. Let's break this down. Now, when you go into small towns in Italy, not all small towns, but in the region you're in, it's looking like a third world country.
Yeah. It looks like houses, they're abandoned. There's like towns that maybe you're lucky if there's 60 people living in a little town when they usually have 400 to 500 back in the day.
What has happened? I mean, everyone talks about population growth. There's no room for anybody.
Well, where the media is always said that we have to leave open borders and this and that. I see what happens if everybody would just open their eyes and see what's happening in Europe with these open borders. It's a cancer. And I'm not trying to be racist. I'm not trying to be judgmental on people, but they have to go through the right channels, and the government has to have the right procedures for its own people that are paying their taxes and the right policing. Because what's happening here in Italy is as we're driving in the towns, my wife and I were in shock. We see graffiti everywhere. We see pollution. We see people that don't care. The police are not enforcing. And by the way, in Italy, if you're undocumented here, the police can't even practically arrest you. So it's a fat joke. There's no enforcement of laws. It's just the people that live here are living on euro. People come out of school. They don't live in these towns anymore because they have to go to these big cities. And they're diminishing. These employment are diminishing. And I don't know what's going to happen in a year. I don't even think it'll last that long. I think what we've seen in Greece was just an introduction of the rest of Europe. We've always called it. Mike, you've called it. I called it. And now when you actually see with your own eyes and you're walking, you see a lot of beggars. There's crime rates are gone up. They actually had an undocumented worker kill an Italian policeman, and like it's. I don't know what to tell you. This euro was a cancer. And like I said, I started the other channel, 13 Disciple, because we've lost our faith. We lost what God wants. What it's not our opinion. What God wants is his direction. And we forget where we come from. If you see the love of our parents that gave us, God gives us a million times more. As long as we righteous to him or we be dedicated to him and just praying. It doesn't matter if you have a penny in the bank or $1 million in the bank. God doesn't look at that. We all know that. The problem is everybody's pushing it away. Everybody's looking at other things. And I respect anybody that teaches us economy, teaches us how to invest. But imagine, Mike, even if gold went up $10,000, let's just say it went up to 10,000.
Mhm.
If there's no food to buy, what are you going to do with that gold? Are
No,
you going
that's
to
true.
live? You
That
know?
is, yeah. People are
And
forgetting that there's a cycle, and it's a big cycle, and it's a chain, and the economic cycle works off of everybody, not just
that's
the
right.
filthy rich. So when the filthy rich make $1 billion in the market, but then where are the other people in that chain that actually complete the bread, ship the bread, transport the bread, and put it on the shelf?
That's right. That's right. And there's this, the mozzarella cheese. It's fresh. It's from my mom's hometown, Sando Femi Mayela. And it's not too far from here. But you buy that cheese, you wouldn't even be able to take it home. It's so fresh, Mike. You'll be eating it on the way home,
Mm-hmm.
just like like popcorn. I don't know
Yeah.
if you like cheese. I love it.
Oh, I
So
love, I love.
and me and my wife just enjoy the food here, and we're enjoying. I don't know if you ever heard of spaducci, where they have the lamb with the little sticks, and we went to a restaurant. We're enjoying it, and then I was talking to the waiter, and the waiter, went to high school. with My wife's uncle, because my wife's uncle is only 5 or 6 years older than me, and they went to high school in the same town, which is called Carimanico, the Terma. And what happened was they went to school together, and he asked him. He had a restaurant. He had to close it. He was making no money. He's got 3 kids. He's living with his parents' house. He's working as a waiter at that restaurant part time, and he's working at a bunch of them because he can't make ends meet. And thank God he has his parents' house. But like I said, I went to my mother's town. There's vacant homes. You want to talk about vacant homes? You should come to the small town of Abruzzi. And apparently in Calabria is even worse. We've met a lot of people there. We were in Rome for 4 or 5 days, and like Mike, you want to talk about a shock of how do you say it?
Don't say
Different
hold,
races,
hold on, hold on. Don't
different.
say I know. Okay, I have a friend. I have a friend that was in Rome 4 days ago. Okay,
Uh-huh.
and he messaged me, emailed me, and he says everywhere he goes, like everywhere on the streets and in shops, but everyone he's finding is from Bangladesh.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You'll be shocked. We went to actually a Mandarin restaurant. It was actually really good, and they were Chinese, or they were living here. They talked fluent Italian, and it was just like I haven't been here in 36 years, Mike,
Hmm.
and it's like I was in shock. And my uncle says, "Oh, it's everybody's all race here. There's no difference. The problem is he said it from day one. Two things. Number one, we're leaving the borders open way too easy, and number two, the euro has destroyed our buying power, and it's been like that for the last 15 years, and now it's really bad with no work. Crime rate's going up. People are and here, people are collecting pensions that hardly even worked, and that's the problem in this country. They're running debt, 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 and the other thing, Mike, what I wanted to talk about is too bad. If I get out there, I'll do a video and I'll send it to you. There's a little town called L'Aquila. Now, if people remember, 10 years ago, they had a really big earthquake.
Yes, that's
And what
correct.
happened was, this is how Italians work, okay? They collected a lot of money, and my uncle told me they could have built that city 3 times over of all the money they collected. These poor people died, and poor people suffered living in crates and whatever. What happened was they built the church. Listen to this. They fixed the church, but they didn't build nothing. They still have rebel there today, and nothing's been done for 10 years. So I think people have to understand one thing. I'm not trying to tell you not to donate, but sometimes it's better to donate to people that actually live in the town and send them money in their personal account, because then you know that they can feed their family.
Right.
Because I think what's happening is everybody in the mob over here is making money. It makes me sick to hear this, and that's why I've changed my channel. I changed my outlook on life. I said, there's geniuses like you, Formafists. You guys do a great job. And I will talk about pensions, but the housing market is not something I want to get into anymore. It's more of prophetic words and what God wants us to do. And there's going to be hard times. We live in an interesting times, Mike. Never mind financially. There's a spiritual warfare going on between everything that's happening around the world. And if you, I don't know,
We are at a war with God. We
you
are
know,
at war with,
yeah,
not me.
no,
I'm aligned with God, but I'm saying like we are at a war with God. Guys, this is his channel right here, the 13th Disciple, spelled THIRTEN space Disciple. He's got 1 subscriber, guys. Come on and subscribe to his new channel and support him on his journey through life and his journey through basically waking us up or giving us some outside thought on what we should be thinking instead of what we should be doing sometimes are two different things. And you know, it's kind of important to kind of, you know, give ourselves maybe recharge our spiritual batteries from time to time so we could be at one with ourselves, right?
that's right, that's right. And I thank you, Mike, for that introduction. God bless you, and God bless your family, and hope you overcome the death of your dad,
Mm-hmm.
and hopefully
You met my
someday
dad.
you'll meet him. Oh, he's a great man. I love him. Great man. I love listening to old people, Mike, no matter what background they have,
Mm-hmm.
especially Italian and Portuguese. Coming to this town, I got emotional, Mike. I really got emotional.
Yeah. No, I hear you, bud. The changes of your of remember, this is who you are and where you came from, right? Your culture defines who you are, right? Your
That's right.
culture
That's
defines on
right.
how you're, I guess, raised. I guess, you know,
Yeah, yeah. It's your,
culture is important for us. Like especially me. Like we're European, and a lot of people are like, "Oh, you're just a white guy." No, 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 no. I'm a Portuguese, and you're an Italian, and there's a meaning for that. There's a big meaning to that. It's not just we're just some white guys from Europe. No way. You know
no,
what I'm
like
saying?
I went to visit my first, like, a close cousin that I grew up, and she moved here when I was like 12, 13. It was heartbreaking for me, and she was like a sister. She is a sister to me. I haven't seen her since she came, but her husband I haven't seen in 36 years. I used to work at his shop in the back of his house welding when I was like 10, 9, 10. After school, what homework, Mike? What homework? I used to run to his shop. I was more,
Cacazzo homework.
yeah, I was more excited to work in. When they moved, it was heartbreaking for me. So imagine, I went to make a surprise visit in that town. I didn't tell him I was coming. I made a surprise video. It got very emotional,
Hmm.
but it was good.
Yeah.
It was real good.
Yeah. That was. It's. I think these are things that we need to. I think these are things that we need to hold on to because remember my dad told you. I remember my dad told you this because he says this to everybody. I remember him telling you this. He even said, Mario, the only thing you take with you when you die is your memories. So make good
That's
ones.
right. That's right. And I remember. And thanks, Kevin. Kevin just subscribed to me. Um, what really really interests me in your dad was the history, the foundation of where he started and how he started working. And he's a welder, and he was doing these jobs. And the Portuguese and Italians always work together, and to this day they are. Just the Italians are diminishing slowly because either the kids are going to get involved in their trade or construction, but otherwise they're not. I met one of my cousins that owns a really big construction company here, and he's already mentioned 2, 3 places he hasn't got paid from, unless the city. Like, this is a problem. And Mike, I've been looking at the coin. Believe it or not, I'm sitting on the toilet. You'll laugh. You know how men sit on the toilet? We're thinking, we're doing. So I had a coin of a euro coin. If you ever look at it, Mike,
Yeah,
that's a satanic coin,
it
and I'll
is.
explain to you. It shows 6 flags, 6 poles, and 6 stars. So tell me I'm crazy, but that's what I seen when I looked at that coin.
Well,
And
we could debunk this easily. There isn't 6 countries in Europe, so you could flag that out. There isn't 6 cultures in Europe. You could flag that out. There's more than 6 languages in Europe. There's more than anything that's 6. And then if you want to do 66, there's less than 66 countries in Europe. So 666. I mean, yeah, you're right.
it's just a thought, right? It came across my mind, and then it just, I hope to God he brings back this nation. I hope he brings back all of Europe, not just Italy, especially Spain, Greece, Italy. I know Portugal. It's still okay because Portugal has resources. They still are functioning on resources. Here, they've given everything away. A lot of Chinese investors have been in here. We were in Rome, like I said, 4 or 5 days. Beautiful apartment. My wife got an Airbnb. And the problem was we went to real estate, and I said to my wife, I want to check this out, and I just wanted to see. You're talking 400,000 or 500,000 euros. That's like $1 million Canadian. Like, are you crazy? Like, who can afford that? Tell me.
No, well,
It's got to
no.
be somebody.
Obviously, I don't think there's jobs in Italy that pay. You see, like living in a country like Italy, for example, or Spain, Portugal, whatever. You're not living in those countries to become super wealthy. You're living in those countries to live a comfortable life,
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
right?
And like I said, Mike, you're in shock when you're driving, taking the train to get to a certain city, so my uncle can pick us up. It was like we were in La La Land. It's like, wow, this is what it looks like. There's houses. There, his neighbor. I wish I could show you. I don't know if you could see it. I'm going to try to turn because it's pissing rain. I don't know if you could see that house with all the stones on the roof.
I do see it right now. I see it
Okay,
perfectly.
okay. That house has been abandoned for 3 years. That was an owner from Venezuela. He was Italian. My uncle said a great guy, and he used to come every summer, like now till September and go back. And he hasn't been here for 3 to 4 years. So that house is vacant. There's plants growing bigger than the house now. It's probably water leaks. My uncle said. My uncle's house is brand new. It's a beautiful home. He's 3 story,
Mhm.
and each floor is in an apartment. So he's trying to get the two finished downstairs so he can. It's a smart move, and hopefully he can get it going. But at the same time, I really, really recommend people to thank God they live in Canada and the U.S. because I'm telling you, there's no democracy here. It's destroyed. They can't even get along in Parliament, whatever they want to call it in Italy. They're all fighting, like you said. They've been fighting over months now. This government that's in is a Trump supporter, and I like him. I like his theory. I like his thoughts. And a lot of people are criticizing him because he's trying to stop immigration.
Um, you know what the thing is? They've spun this on the citizens of the country that want to protect their sovereignty and their culture and their way of life, and they spun it in a way where now if you go against immigration, you're a racist.
Yeah, yeah, that's the famous word. Famous word everybody uses. The racists shouldn't even exist today. I don't care what anybody tells me. Shouldn't even exist today. We're all born in different nations, different or more, especially the kids today, like under 20. I don't think it even exists.
Racism. Look, racism is the word does it, the word. It's a broken word. It doesn't make any sense. Why? Because there's only one race in this world, and it's human, right?
That's right. That's
But
right.
we're culturally different. And
That's
our
right.
cultures are different. We have, we're taught in school. We're taught in, through family, through guidance, different ways of life, right? Different points of views.
That's right.
You don't
That's
push
right.
your points of views on me. I don't push my points of views on you. I don't go around telling people how to live. I'm Roman Catholic. I don't tell people to people decide what they want because it's their choice. They're given the God-given right to make their own decisions. Right?
That's
And
right.
they're
That's
taking
right.
away
Correct.
they're taking that away from us.
Yes, that's right. They want us to be like robots. They just want us to do what they want to do. Hey, just like in school, Mike, you grew up here in Ontario. What do they teach us to this day? To be liberal. Tell me what you want, but that's how I feel. I feel like growing up in the late 70s, early 80s was all about being liberal,
Right.
being red, being liberal, and you see what's happening now. So now, if we go back to Canada, I am going to try really hard to get this Maximum Bernier right up in my topic because I think that's the only hope that we got right now in Canada.
Yeah.
We need someone that's going to say what he's going to say, what's on his mind, and you need someone that's going to support the president of the United States. I don't care what anybody tells me, because if you don't have that, you're not going to have the gift. You're not going to have the blessings from the guy in the sky.
Mhm.
All we're having is all these people that are corrupted, money's getting laundered, and it's disgusting. And you look at here, I just don't know how these people do it. I really feel sorry. I told my uncle if you ever sell to move and help, I'll help him out because this is not where someone you can grow a family and live in a comfortable life. It's I don't know. I couldn't even explain it. I was just disappointed. Beautiful scenery, don't get me wrong. Beautiful air, beautiful water, beautiful food. And just like I said, I went to my mother's town. You're lucky if there's 60 people living in that town. and most of them know each other. It's such a beautiful feeling, and especially when I walked there to surprise my cousin. There was an older couple doing the you know how they have their own they have a garden open to the town. Everybody goes there, and one of them went to, and my cousin goes to her in Italian and says, you know, Manu de Vengenzina, meaning the son of my mother. And all of a sudden she turned and she says my name. You know how emotional I got?
Mm-hmm.
It's like, holy crap. You haven't seen me in 35 years, 30, and you already know who I was? I have 3 siblings. You know, you got to make a guess, but she got it right on the nose, man. She got it right on the nose. And it's like I said, Mike, it's where you came from, the roots. The roots where your parents were. And actually, my father's town is just down the road from here. It's San Domaso.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to send it to you on pictures, man. They have a church there. Oh, my God, Mike. If you saw this church me and my wife saw yesterday, it was built in the 1200s.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And the history of that church, the way it was built, the height of it. They say that the the angel of Michael came down to protect that land.
San Miguel.
And then, yeah, San Miguel. And they put the actual building right there where he landed. So it's kind of an amazing theory to it.
Well, but put up a video on your channel. Do a
I
video.
should.
Do a walk around. Do a walk around the church. Take your time and put the video up on your channel. We'll all watch it.
Yeah. I want to do that. That'd be a great idea. But anyway, buddy, it's ready for me to get the spadooch ready. I'm gonna help my uncle out. I just want to say thank you.
Okay.
And God bless you and your family, and hopefully you overcome this little bit of sad. But rejoice. He's with God today.
I know.
Forever.
I know he is.
Forever.
Did you look at the channel I told you to look at?
Yes, I did. But I want to explain something to people because you know I've been in this for a long time, and I tell you, these people that read telecards or psychic and all this, and they're profiting off it, Mike. Listen to the word. They're profiting off it, especially when they're advertising. It's all demonic. And I'll explain to you what.
I'm talking about some of the stories on there, like
legitimate.
Oh
no. I listen to them. Don't think I turn it off in that. No, some of them are just amazing. But at the same time, people have to understand when you go to a psychic, they're not telling you the future. They're telling you the past.
I don't believe in psychics. I don't. Psychics are just, I don't know. But I do believe, well, one person I do believe in is that Italian lady. What was her name? The Adolfi?
Yes. I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, she was, I think she was a mouthpiece.
There's people, there's people out there that read spiritual things. It runs in my family. It runs in my wife's family. They've been pre-warned, like a prophetic word, right? They've been pre-warned in dreams or certain ways that I have an aunt, Mike, before I go. I have an aunt that actually my cousin's mother that lives here that I surprise visit. She has Alzheimer's. Okay. She was very ill. Nobody told her about her first cousin passing away. She turned to her cousin and said, "Oh, Angelo said he's going to take me back home." And he was dead already. So it's like the spirit went to visit her to tell her, "Goodbye, I'm leaving." And it's just, when you hear the shivers go up your back, it's just an amazing outlook. And I think people forgot that. They you look at all these Roman statues and churches and all that. There's more than just looking with the eye. You have to imagine being at that time, the belief system, the spiritual connection they had. To me, I think it's just outstanding on some of the stuff. But like I said, it needs a government that's going to enforce laws and close the borders. And that's why I wish Canada would close ours, man, till they get this corrected.
Okay.
Anyway, buddy, you have a great night. And
Ciao,
if you got to
bello.
call me up, I'll probably be up, because I've had a hard time trying to sleep the last couple of days.
No, when I do Mike in the Night, it's like 4 o'clock in the morning there. I don't think you're going to be up.
Oh, you'd be surprised. For 2 nights, man, it was 31 in the house. So I couldn't sleep. There's no air conditioning, buddy. There's no air conditioning. My wife and I sleep downstairs, and we walk up, and then we fall asleep. We've been at the beach already twice just to sleep there all day, and we're probably going there tomorrow. It's going to be over 40 tomorrow.
Okay.
All right, buddy. God bless you and your family.
God bless you, and we'll talk soon. Thank you so much for coming on and sharing us your experiences there in Italy.
No problem. I'm going to do those pictures, and I'll get online. Thanks, brother.
Ciao.
Take
bello.
care. Ciao.
All right, guys, that is the 13th disciple, the Lost Canuck. I got Evan in the comments. We're gonna get Evan on Mike in the Night tonight because I gotta go open my shop in a few here, and we'll get Evan on Mike in the Night to find out what the heck is going on. He's saying that Hong Kong is a war zone. It's turning into a war zone right now. So let me go over here real quick. Let's go over what's happening in Italy economically, guys. This is my new series, guys. The series is called Can't Read Market Talk. So episode 1 and episode 2, which is very successful series, Can't Read Market Talk. So this is going to be episode 3, The Lost Canuck, and in Italy. So we're going to, I'm going to do that. I'm going to, if I wake up early enough in the morning. And, my eBay store is just Merit Toys and Games, MERRITT, Merit Toys and Games. Check it out. I want to thank, what's his name? TJ? Is it TJ? Or MJ? Or KJ? Oh my god, I forgot. Yeah, it's TJ. Yeah, for hitting me up in the tip jar last night. Tip jar. I gotta buy a new mic, guys. I don't know what's going on with my mic. It's really not in good conditions. I don't know what to do. I downloaded the drivers twice. There's something wrong with it. I don't know. It's really pissing me off. We spent $300 on the mic and it doesn't work. Okay, guys, so the Lost Canuck is his channel. Guys, don't forget to subscribe to 13 Disciple. Okay, Italy's leaders are divided on policy, united in fear of one man. The far-right politician Matteo Salvini has triggered the government crisis, forcing parties that despise one another and contemplate alliances if to block his rise. So there's going to be a resurgence in Italy where the people are going to stand for themselves. We just spoke to the Lost Canuck, and he's very emotional and broken over what's happened to his hometowns in Italy. He's very broken, and I don't blame him. And And when they're purposely trying to, you see, the thing is, destabilize, right? Most of the time they destabilize through war. Now they're destabilizing through other ways, and you know what? It's not fair. In the days since the Italian government fell, finding an alternative governing coalition has been less politics and more physics. Italy's various political forces, right, left, and north and south, are divided into 1 million pieces, but are revolving around one center of gravity, Matteo Salvini. Now, guys, you need to remember that Italy actually was formed in 1945 after World War II. They unified, I think it was 11 or 16 different countries and made one country, believe it or not. Italy was founded in 1945. A lot of people think Italy is 1,000, 2,000 years old. No, Italy itself, Italy as a unified union, was founded after World War II. And look at it. Then it joined the EU, part of a bigger state, and it's not working. The unification, maybe, of Italy was the mistake it made. They should have countries like Napoli should be Sicily, Roma, Parma, Lamezia. They should be maybe their own regions, their own countries, and keep it independent, right? So, okay, here we go. Before withdrawing from the coalition this month, triggering the crisis, Salvini, Italy's interior minister at the head of the right-wing Populist League party, used his 15 months in government to run a permanent election campaign. He pushed back against the European Union and used an Italian's first message to rail against immigrants, theoretically closing Italian ports and boats carrying migrants while leaving his tough guy message on social media with videos of puppies and pictures of food. So of course you're going to get the left leaning to obviously play him up, right? I just believe, guys, I just strongly believe that I don't care what I believe anymore. I think it's well, I care what I believe, but I'm saying like with this whole just this destabilization of the European countries, the destabilization of Africa. Africa's constantly destabilized. Once they get something working, it gets taken apart. You know, other factions come in and people just rip each other apart. Same thing with the Middle East. Same thing with Asia. It's constant finger pointing, and it's constant destabilization. Everything was fine for the last 1,000 years until boom. The last 5 years, everything just 5, 6, 7, 8 years, everything just fell apart. Joe Toro's asking what happened to Mario. Joe, this is going to be on replay in about 40 minutes. The whole show will be on replay. You can go back right to the beginning, brother. Italy Democrats demand new premier as price for government's role. Guys, I don't think a person could fix this. Italy needs a good grassroots movement, a good people for the people, working, the working class, the middle class, the people that donated to the infrastructure, worked and gave their lives protecting these damn borders of these countries. Those are the people that need to rise up, not these nice suited guys with nice suits and stuff. No. They really need a good grassroots to the people, for the people. Let's really, I don't know. Yeah, Joe Toro saying mobs are racist against white people in Africa, murdering farmers and taking their land. That's right, white farmers. Yeah, that's something that's been going on for a long time now. I'll see. The thing is, luckily, to east of South Africa, you have Mozambique. And Mozambique, I've been there. I know it's Portuguese Africa, right? So Portuguese Africa is very Catholic. It's very kind of first world. A lot of the cities in Mozambique are very organized and infrastructurally sound, right? So luckily you have Maputo, right? So you got the capital there, right? So you got you got Maputo, Portuguese Africa, right? So you do have outside. So they're taking in a lot of the they're taking a lot of South Africans, farmers, and they're actually being given land. See the beautiful Church of St. Paul there. It's beautiful avenues. So Portuguese Africa is still stable when it comes to. Here's the new bridge they built in Maputo. So yeah, they've really. I mean, there is a place out there, right? There's still places out there, right? Okay, let's move on. Italy's government has collapsed. What happens next? So let's play this. Let's see what this is here.
La decisione della Lega, che ha presentato la mozione di sfiducia, ne ha chiesto l'immediata calendarizzazione, oltre che le dichiarazioni, i comportamenti chiari e univoci posti in essere in questi ultimi giorni, in queste ultime settimane, mi impongono di interrompere qui questa esperienza di governo.
Yeah.
Ovviamente ascolterò con estrema attenzione tutti gli interventi che seguiranno, ma voglio preannunciare che intendo completare questo passaggio istituzionale nel modo più lineare e conseguente. Mi recherò all'esito, alla fine del dibattito parlamentare, dal Presidente della Repubblica per comunicargli ufficialmente l'interruzione di questa esperienza di governo e rassegnare nelle sue mani le mie dimissioni da Presidente del Consiglio.
Well, you got a standing ovation there. Good luck to any airline that tries to make a profit flying US-Italy. We're going to do some Brazil coverage too. I got some people down in Brazil. The only problem is a majority of the people I know in Brazil, They don't speak English. They all speak Portuguese, which is fine. It's their official language. I was talking to a friend the other day. He said he wants to come on the show, but he just speaks Portuguese, which is fine. I mean, that's my first language, right? So, let's keep going here. United Airlines said Thursday it will begin a Newark Palermo service in May 2020, adding its fifth destination in tough U.S.-Italy aviation market where competition is dominated by subsidized Mid-East carriers and financially troubled European carriers. United may be finding success in servicing niche tourist markets, but in general, U.S.-Italy seems to be uniquely suboptimal place for airlines that seek to make money from flight operation. Participants in the U.S.-Italy market include United Arab Emirates, the Belgrade Italian flag carrier Alitalia, which has reported only one profitable year since 1946. Wow. Norwegian Air, which will, the Wall Street Journal said Tuesday, its transatlantic disruptor will struggle to navigate the rest of the year, and Air Italy, which is 49% owned by Qatar Airways. So, yeah, there's a lot going on in the airlines too, guys. Keep your shorting sticks on. Remember, guys, do your own research, but if you're going to short something, a lot of people are looking at banks. Another thing you might be able to look to short later, not now, might be the airlines, guys. So, you know, Italy quo vadis. Italian politicians are in turmoil. One could even say they are a mess. The rather disparate coalition of political parties in power imploded in a way no one expected. Well, you know what? You got to remember that land is Italian territory. That land is called Italy because the people that are there are Italian. I think they have the right, or people have the right to be. I mean, it's all this bull crap that's going on right now. You know, in the last 5, 6, 7 years, it got really strong. They start really turning on the taps, right? Italy is in dire situation because Lampedusa Island, which has become almost mandatory crossing point for illegal migration from Africa to Europe. The absence of reliable state structure in Libya has opened the doors of the Mediterranean coast for illegal trespassers. This has also created an infamous environment of human smuggling, kidnapping, and enslavement that remains a shame for all humanity. The migratory wave has been most created by climate change. Again, climate. Like, I can't read this friggin' garbage. It's one after another. Garbage. Yeah, it's because of climate change. Friggin'. Anyways, guys. Yeah, that's what's happening, guys. You know, I think the best way to fix things, instead of bringing in people from troubled countries and paying them to live here, I think it's best to use that money and send it to that troubled country to help better their country. And not through greedy politicians and Mickey Mouse and all that crap. I'm talking about literally, like Mario said, people get like set up like a eBay, and everybody will set up their little businesses on there and show, donate to me, I am doing this every day and blah blah blah, donate to my family. Then you just donate like that, and then the website will track how much they've raised, so they're not pulling scams and stuff. That would be a nice thing. That would be a really nice thing. Then this way the people get the money in those countries, and then they could better themselves and actually build a proper infrastructure and start. Man, guys, I don't know. I don't know. Anything you read, it's about climate change. It's about racism. It's about nothing goes to what. Nothing discusses what, like, how to fix these problems, but creating more problems. Yeah, dollar's getting cooler. Well, I'm still waiting for more Monday morning. I usually don't do. This is the show here, guys, that I'm talking here on. Can't read market talk. This is episode 3, guys. Can't read market talk. The show is successful. Yesterday's show's got almost 1,200 views, so the show is picking up. Can't read market talk. Tune into it, guys. Once in a while in the mornings, I'll be live every morning. Not every morning, Monday to Friday, when the markets are open. I came on for a very special show today for my friend Mario, because he's got some very valuable information. And if you're just jumping on, move back to the beginning of the show. The show will be up with commercials on replay. And a lot of my stuff is not allowed to be running ads, but it's still running ads. And I wonder who's getting me that money, right? Bernie Sanders wants to use $16 trillion to stop climate change. I'm not going to get into this right now. Anyways, we're going to see if we can get Mr. E on the show tonight on Mike in the Night. He's going to tell us forefront. I'm going to get him to kind of show us a front view on Skype from his view of his apartment in Hong Kong, and tell us what is going on in Hong Kong, because right now they're going through desperate times right now, and desperate moments, and our prayers are with my prayers are with everybody, man. Anyways, guys, lots of love. And like my daddy, Antonio Manuel Martins, always used to say and preach, life is about creating good memories. Make good ones, because when you die, all you take are your good memories. My dad used to say that all the time. Good memories, make good memories, because when you die, the only thing you take with you are your memories. Worldly possessions, all the other crap, you could forget all that, because you take one thing with you, and it's your memories. Thank you, Dad. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching, and we'll keep in touch tonight. Mike in the Night, thanks for watching, and share videos for me, guys. Go on my channel, Mike Martins, and I need you guys to share videos. I don't care what it is. Just go on there, share it on any social media. Thanks for watching, and Mike in the Night tonight. Thank you.